We've now made it to the grand finale. We're going to talk about combining transformations. So we're going to want to write our rule and the equation for the transformed function g of x. Let's talk about the steps that we need to take. First, we want to number all of our transformations and make sure that we go in order that they occur. The order can matter. It can become a completely different transformation if you scramble the order. For the first transformation, we're going to follow steps 1 through 3 that we did last time, so from day 1, for writing the rule in the transformation. So this looks like writing the rule in function notation, substituting for our original function f of x, and then doing any simplifying and distributing, combining like terms that we need to do. So everything that we've been doing so far today, we're going to apply it multiple times and just repeat as necessary until we are finished. Our example starts with the parent absolute value function. So f of x is equal to absolute value of x. We are going to do 3 things to this function. The first is we're going to translate up by 2 units. So I'm going to number that as 1. We want our final transformation to be called g of x. Our original transformation is called f of x. So I'm just going to pick a couple more letters right in that same area of the alphabet for these intermediate transformations. So I'm going to call transformation 1 h of x. The second thing that we are doing to this function is that we are vertically shrinking by 1/2. So that is transformation number 2, and let's call that j of x. Again, just trying to stay away from f and g until we get to our final transformation, which will be g. So our final transformation, transformation number 3, is we are reflecting in the x-axis. So this is number 3, and I will finally get to call that g of x. Now that we've numbered our transformations, let's start working through them. So our very first transformation, number 1, remember that we're going to call that h of x. And h of x, to translate up 2 units, that's going to be f of x plus 2. This is a vertical transformation, so it's going to affect the whole function, hence the 2 on the outside. What is our whole function? Absolute value of x. So we will substitute that where we see h, or where we see f of x to get h of x. So h of x is equal to the absolute value of x plus 2. That is our transformation number 1. Transformation number 2 now is going to be called j of x, recall from above. And so j of x is a vertical shrink by 1/2. So again, it's vertical, it's going to affect the whole function. So we are going to put that 1/2 shrink on the outside. So we're going to say that it's equal to 1/2 of h of x. Remember, it affects the entire function, so what is h of x? It's x, absolute value of x plus 2 is h of x. So we are going to substitute that in. So j of x is equal to 1/2, and then I need to write my entire h of x function, so it's going to have to go in parentheses as absolute value of x plus 2. Distribute is our next step, so that j of x is equal to 1/2 of the absolute value of x. Remember, you can't go into those absolute value bars. And then finally, plus 1, because 1/2 times 2 is 1. Our final transformation, number 3, let's take a peek up here. It is a reflection in the x-axis, and we're going to call it g of x. So g of x is a reflection in the x-axis. So that means it's affecting our vertical numbers, our y values. So it goes on the outside. So it's going to be negative j of x. Remember that because it's vertical transformation, it affects the whole function. And what is our function j of x? It's 1/2 absolute value of x plus 1. So let's substitute. G of x is going to be negative parentheses. We have to put this into parentheses because we have more than one term in our function that we're transforming. So in parentheses, we're going to see a 1/2 absolute value of x plus 1. This negative needs to be distributed to get rid of the parentheses. So we will see g of x is equal to negative 1/2. Remember, the negative does not go into the absolute value bars. Absolute value of x, and then minus 1.